What is up, people? I am Virtual Pix, and it's a bit more will you press the button, because it mix it up in the channel a little bit, I think. I've been doing a lot of the same things recently, so we're going to do some of this today. Add some variety back into the channel. I've been doing too much of the same games. So, I've got my coffee. Perfectly brewed as always. And one thing I am very good at is coffee. And now we got the website. The thing. Yeah, that one. Moving straight on to it. Let's get into this first question, because we're going to get through, what, maybe 5 or 6 of these. So it's just a short little video today. Mostly because I actually woke up like mega late. Like, I've literally woken up and I've just started recording instantly. And it's like 2:37. It's ridiculous. I overslept massively. Oh well. Shit happens. Anyway, let's see, what's this? You will gain the ability to fly, but only when you're naked. And gain the ability to fly, but only when I'm naked. You know what? Screw it. I press that button. Do you know why? I press that button because if I can only fly when I'm naked, I just fly at like a ridiculous altitude so no fucker can see me. Problem solved. Then I just got to watch out for the planes. So that would be that'd be quite a thing. Just smash into a plane on the front window, just completely butt naked. Just fuck. Oh well. This is a good one. I like that one. That's a good one to start with. There is now war, and anyone who does anything even remotely evil dies instantly. Okay. Or, wait. I think that's supposed to be there is no war, and anyone who does anything even remotely evil dies instantly. Yeah, that's what that's supposed to be. But you experience constant, intense emotional pain and occasional intense physical pain. Well, that's an interesting one, actually. Anyone who does anything remotely evil dies instantly. So I don't necessarily agree with that, because sometimes you have to be the bad guy to do the good thing. Also, technically evil is actually a perception-based thing. It's a human manufactured perception thing, so nothing is inherently evil. It's just how humans perceive things to be. So that's kind of a null point, because nothing is truly evil. There's no such thing. It all depends down to the perception of the masses rather than actually the difference between good and wrong. Well, good and evil. There's no such thing. It just doesn't work like that. If the universe worked like that, it'd be nice, but it doesn't. But there's no war. Now, that one is a good one. No war. Because there is way too much war in us, with humans and stuff. And you experience constant, intense emotional pain and occasional physical pain. Now, the occasional physical pain wouldn't bother me, because I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm an ex-skater. I used to skate. Physical pain doesn't bother me at all. Like, I have literally pulled my arm so far back, I've ripped it out of the socket and torn ligaments from here to here, both sides, both front and back, and I can use my arm perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me. Like, occasionally it hurts like hell, but like, it doesn't even faze me. It's just like, oh, my arm's hurting. Oh well, carry on. Life ain't gonna stop for me, so why should I stop for a bit of pain? As far as intense emotional pain goes, that's again a difficult one, because I'm actually autistic and I suffer with something called mania, which is it's hard to describe, but basically it's I go from either being extremely happy and very bouncy to like uber down. Like, I can literally switch from being super happy and high, like that, to depressed. For no reason. And it's kind of weird when it happens, actually. It doesn't happen often, but it does occasionally. I'll just go from happy to sad for no reason. I won't even know why. It's just like, oh, okay, fair enough. But as part of the I'm not actually diagnosed autistic or Asperger's. They can't decide what the hell I am, because doctors are good that way. So they kind of just lumped me in somewhere. I don't even know where the hell they lumped me. I'm somewhere on the spectrum. But as a result, I don't necessarily understand. Well, I get the emotions, but I don't get them, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but yeah, it just means occasionally that there are certain things that I don't feel the same way as everyone else. Like, I don't miss people. I can literally leave my family for like 5-6 months and not miss them at all, and then come back like nothing's happened. Because I don't know why it's something that's always irritated me, that I don't miss people. I want to miss people, but I don't know how to. I don't feel like I miss someone. It's weird. Again, it's a kind of perception thing, no. So, but the constant intense emotional pain and the occasional physical pain for the price of no war, that's worth it. So yeah, we'll go for that one. And it's a good one. I like that one. That was quite a deep one. Happily be with the love of your life till death, but can only eat the food he or she makes, and the food tastes really bad, and you can't you can't tell them about it. I can only eat the food he or she makes, and that she would make, and it tastes really bad. Again, another interesting one, because just because I can only eat the food that they make, it doesn't mean it'd be the only food. Because I've got an interesting way of getting around this one. What you do is you do all the cooking. I do all the cooking, and then they help. Or I help them. I mean, if it tastes bad, you don't have to tell someone about it. I've done this before with a couple people, just stood there and added suggestions like, why don't you add some of this, or if you do it this way, it ends up, it's actually easier and better. It pretty much comes out the same way, but it's just easier. So you can kind of do almost like a mind game, like they could be better at cooking, and they wouldn't even know that you're making them better at cooking. And it's all down to how you word things. I mean, I have never done that before because I know someone's made something that tastes bad. Like, someone I used to go out with couldn't do scrambled eggs at all. Like, they would end out like rubber. And I ended up eventually interfering once. I was like, why don't you just add, before you add the eggs, don't use oil, use butter. And be generous with it. No more rubbery scrambled eggs. Because the oil doesn't sink into the egg as the same way that butter does. So yes. Yeah, I could manage that. Besides, even if it did taste bad, it probably wouldn't bother me anyway. I barely eat. You good one. What is it with all the deep questions today? So many deep questions. Oh, we'll do it 10 minutes. Wow. Jesus. Fair enough. We're hang on, what? We're at 10 minutes and we've been through 3. 3! Damn. You become the pilot of the world's most powerful mech, which you designed. All of your friends and family are forced to fight and will die in combat. Become the pilot of the most powerful mech that was designed. Be forced to fight and will die in combat. Will die in combat. It doesn't say how they'll die in combat. But will die in combat. See, I fail to see how this one would work. If you're in the most powerful tech that's been designed, surely you would just design some way of people being able to gather near it, and it would protect them and you. Then they wouldn't have to die. That's kind of that would be the definition of the most powerful mech, is something that could protect the people that were around it, like foot troops and that. That to me is what a true mech would be, you know. Like, tanks go in, and then sometimes you'll have like infantry behind the tanks, and the reason they're behind the tanks is because the tanks can take the fucking bullets, they don't give a shit. But people do, you know. You get shot and it's kind of like, oh fuck, that's not good. Whereas a tank does it and it's just, and the tank's like, I beg your pardon? What? Are you shooting me? Stop that, it tickles. So yeah, I mean, if I designed a mech, I would make it so that people would be able to stand behind it, and it would just sit there and go, well, fuck all of you, I'm gonna kill you all, you bastards. Trying to kill me and my people. But again, it's kind of going against that, so do you know what, bugger it, because you're kind of taking choice away from here, and that's not how that would work. Yeah, bad one, no. You're taking choices away from me, design choices away from me. I keep looking up again, I need to stop that. Right, for the rest of your life, you will get to sleep on the biggest, softest, most comfy bed in the whole world. Okay. It's constantly covered in a layer of crumbs you can't ever get rid of. Okay. And it's constantly covered in a layer of crumbs. See, I'm not sure why that would be a bad side. It's like, yes, biggest, softest, most comfortable bed. If it was that big and that soft, chances are there's going to be at least one spot where it comes on. And if there's not, you know what you do? You get a big fuck off blanket and you just put it over the top. You put it over the top. No more crumb problem. And then you just take it off when you wake up. In the morning, you wake up, you take it off, put it away. You go to sleep at night, you put it on. Job done. So yeah, because soft comfy bed. Who wouldn't say yes to a soft comfy bed? Be the world's fastest runner. You would always have piranhas latched into your legs. Wait, so you could run like uber fast, but you'd have piranhas latched to your legs? I don't see how that would work, because surely you would just take the piranhas off. I mean, if they're only ever latched onto your leg and they're not actually doing anything, it would just be like, fuck off. Get off my leg. That was actually just confusing, so I'm not going to push that, because that just confused me, like, seriously. Also, piranhas generally don't just attack you for, like, no reason. Like, they're kind of like sharks, like, sharks will only attack, one, if they're hungry, and two, they attack because they can smell blood, hence why, you know, having an open wound in shark-infested water is a bad thing. And it's kind of the same deal with piranhas, you know, but piranhas, I think, responds to something different, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but as long as you don't do that, they generally don't give a shit. Like, you could quite I've actually seen piranhas in a tank before, and you can quite happily just stick your hand in, and as long as you don't do that one thing that they don't like, and as long as they're not hungry, they will literally just sit there like, oh, it's a hand. Okay, and carry on. I mean, they're not like constantly fucking eating everything. No animal in the world does that. It's just how people have made it look. You have the ability to control anything with your mind. A cough. Thank you. Start that again. I had a brief interruption from a certain someone. Into a goddamn Gmail app. Right, starting again. You have the ability to control anything with your mind. Every time you do, you get an almost unbearable headache. That sounds kind of, logical. Like, you can control anything with your mind. You'd expect some sort of lashback or lash out against it. An almost unbearable headache the minute I control anything in my mind. Oh no, not the minute. Every time I control something. Every time I do. So, I would do that because you could do some amazing things with that power. You wouldn't have to use it constantly, which means you wouldn't have that pain there. So, like, say if you saw two cars that were about to collide, like, at really high speeds, head on, you could literally just stand there and be like, no. Ow, that headache hurts, but it's worth it. Because you've potentially just saved two people's lives. Or more, depending on how many cars holding, but So you don't always have to use it. Pick any existing item on Earth. You have to French kiss your mum. Okay. So now that's just a really fancy way of saying snog your mum. So, which is pretty much the difference between a snog and a kiss isn't huge, but I still wouldn't do it because it's my mum. No, fuck off. Yeah. Right. I finally found one. I mean, I found one beforehand, but I kind of went on a bit of a rant. And I'm not sure that a lot of it would have made sense to people, so I'm overwriting it with this one. Which is probably going to make even less sense to people, because I love it. You can control the amount of DMT in your brain produces. Every other time you produce more than the normal amount, you hear a baby crying loudly until it returns to a normal state. Right. Give me 2 seconds. And I'm back. Right, this is what DMT is. So anyone who wants to know what DMT is, just read this section. But to put it in terms, the higher making it larger than normal amount is not really something that you'd want to do, because the long-term health effects, the long-term effects it would have on your brain are actually extremely detrimental to the production and the way your brain works. Like, it would screw you up really bad. So actually being able to control how much was in your brain, we'll just skip over that bit, don't even worry about it. But being able to control how much is in your brain would not necessarily be a good thing, because unless you were constantly keeping it at a level where it was below the normal amount, it's not something you really want to mess with. I mean, you don't really want to take it below that amount because it's kind of essential, but you don't want to have it too high either. It's a very fine line to actually getting it right, and if you mess it up, you could kill yourself like that. So, no thank you. Only someone who actually understands what DMT is would actually know that, and thus would not agree with that. Yeah, see? I died from it. I mean, it's not necessarily an instant thing, but you could really mess yourself up messing with that. So I would not want to. I would like to leave that to my brain to control, you know, since that's how it was naturally designed to work. Not me. Right? If that makes any sense, I do not want the ability to consciously control that, because I would rather have it autonomously control it a lot better. At least then it's not likely to kill me, you know. I mean, humans' personalities aren't very good at actually coping with dealing with things that aren't good for them. I mean, put it this way. This is kind of a really confusing thing to put into words. So I'm going to actually have coffee first. Your brain and your personality and, you know, your outward actions are kind of, in a way, two separate things, because your brain will not willingly do anything which could potentially harm it, bar a few things here and there. So like, it wouldn't naturally produce, like, your body wouldn't naturally produce a poison which is going to kill you like instantly, like arsenic, say. It's not going to do that, because, you know, body knows that's bad for it. It's like, yeah, that's bad for me, so no, thank you. Whereas humans, we drink alcohol willingly. Alcohol is a poison to every known, well, pretty much every form of life on the planet. And I say pretty much every form of life because I'm not actually 100% certain on that, but it is a poison to a whole bunch of things, humans included. Yeah, we willingly drink it. Despite the fact that it is a poison, we will happily drink it. And why? Because it gets us drunk. Do our bodies like this? Not really. But it puts up with it because it doesn't get a choice, you know. Essentially, our bodies and organs, a lot of people think is your personality is along for the ride with your body. It's actually the other way around. Your personality and who you are is in control of everything, and your body is just along for the ride. It just tries to keep you working as much as it can. It's kind of like a machine that just sits there like, oh, for fuck's sake, why are you doing that now? It's like, do you know how bad that's going to be for me in a minute? Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. But yes, that does it for this video. Now, I've thoroughly confused everyone, hopefully. And I will probably be doing Five Nights at Freddy's tomorrow. I might, depends. I might have something else planned as well. I'll see how I feel on the day. But yes, that does it for this video, so thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, stay awesome as always, and I will see you lot in the next video.